Today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful, realistic fern paper plant. These fern plants look 100% real, but they will never need water. The supplies you're going to need for this project are medium weight cardstock. You'll need to have scissors and a printer or a cutting machine, which I do recommend. You'll want some sort of planter or pot for your fern. You'll need liquid craft glue, 24 gauge floral wire, wire cutters, and then of course the fern leaf templates. Our supplies are linked below for you along with the templates, and the template that I'm featuring here is from A-Star Crafters. Details to access all of that are below. Go ahead and get your templates cut out. I'll be using a cutting machine here, so I've loaded the SVG cut file into Design Space and I've placed my medium weight cardstock onto my cutting mat. I like to use a brayer tool to press the cardstock flat onto the mat. It makes sure everything is nice and flat and makes good contact, which gives you the cleanest cut. We'll go ahead and load our mat and let this get cut out. And if you're using a printer or scissors, just trace your template onto the cardstock of your choice and cut it out. Both PDF printables and SVG cut files are available to you, linked below this video. Now, the number of leaves you'll want to cut depends on the size of your pot or planter. I used about 40 here for mine, but if you're using a smaller or larger planter, then you'll need to cut accordingly. Just make sure you're cutting variety. This next step is optional, but adding distress oxides or distress inks to the paper really helps bring it to life. I'm using the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide here in Iced Spruce on a medium green. I'm rubbing right down the center with my ink blending brush in small circular motions. This adds a nice color offset and a lot of dimension when you look at your completed fern plant. You can color both sides or just one side of your fern leaf. It's really up to preference here. I'm just going to do one side. Here's a look at how that color plays very nicely with light and dimension. Next, it's time to add our wire. I'm using a liquid craft glue here. My favorite is the Barely Art brand. I'll flip my fern leaf over so the ink side is down, or if you ink both sides, then just pick a side. I'll add a thin line of glue down the middle. Make sure you're generous enough with the glue. The reason I like this brand in particular is it dries clear, so you don't have to worry about anything being seen. And then place your 24 gauge floral wire down the middle. You can use 24 gauge, you can use 22 gauge. I do avoid the 18 gauge, which is thicker, because it makes it a lot more hard for the wire to sit cleanly on the leaf and to not look bulky and obvious. Now you're going to repeat this for as many fern leaves as you decide that you need for your particular pot size. Now shape your leaves using just your fingers. I like to fold each leaf flourish in half to give it some dimension. Work your way up one side of the fern and then the other. And once you've shaped each of the leaf points, you can also shape the wire too. Do make sure that your wire is completely dry before you shape it so it doesn't pop off on you. I like to set mine aside for at least 10 to 15 minutes before going into shaping. That's how easy it is to build each of these fern leaves. You're going to repeat this for as many as you need to fill your pot or planter. Now for creating the fern plant, I've got my pot here and I'm adding foam to the base so that I can easily place my wire stems into it. You're welcome to also just use a vase filler here instead. I go leaf by leaf, inserting the stem into the foam. I like to start with a few of the large leaves and then I'll mix in some of the smaller ones. You want plenty of fullness and variety here, especially in the center. I like to work in small sections around the foam and then fill it out as I go. Really, this is about looking to see what's good for your eye. You're going to think about height as much as you're going to think about width. Really think about the rule of thirds here. So whatever the size of your pot is, you want your plant to be 2/3 bigger than that, so that all of your fern leaves in your plant as a whole is the focus point. You don't want too few leaves in there because then the pot is going to become the focus point and it's going to feel proportionally off to the eye. This will take a few minutes to get everything properly filled out. And even after you get all your leaves in there, I want to encourage you to shape them a bit more, pull at them in different directions, have some falling over the edge more, others more upright. Really create a lot of variety. Stand back and look at it from a distance with your eye and see how it feels and fill in any gaps that you feel you need. Once your fern is full with the right height and width that you want, you need to add some decorative stones or vase filler. I'm using these little dainty black decorative stones here and I'm just pouring them in around the base of my fern. I do this last so that the stones can fill in the gaps. That way I'm not trying to work against them while placing my leaves. So I'll pour it in here carefully. I'll give the vase a little shake to help everything settle and then use my fingers as needed to work the stones down in and around it. Once you're happy with your filler and with your leaves and you feel that you've got great height and width, you're 100% done with your potted fern plant. It's so realistic and so pretty, not to mention extremely easy to make. For care, just keep it out of direct sunlight as much as possible and dust it off ever so often. I like to use a simple paintbrush or makeup brush to dust the paper. Now, if you want access to this template and hundreds of more designs, make sure you check out 8 Star Crafters. That's linked below. That's where this template is featured. There are hundreds of more paper flower plants and projects that you can make at home with scissors or a cutting machine. I'll see you there. Bye for now.